Individuality is mostly biological. If you think you're different and do not fit into certain categories just because you think so, chances are you're not that different.
BTSW speaks.
Okay, so there's another quote that relates to individuality. I'll try to get it up there somehow. That says the word individual is an adjective. In other words, it's not something that you have to believe within yourself. It is also something that other people have to see. You have to not necessarily stick out like a sore thumb, but at the same time stand out like the odd one in the crowd or a black sheep. By the way, I don't know whoever told you a black sheep is a bad thing. I tell you one thing. I mean, shucks. As far as I'm concerned, a black sheep is a goat. I like some curry goat. Anyway, individuality is mostly biological. But the word individual is an adjective. It describes the person who is an individual by themselves, unique, all of that good stuff, one of a kind. And this is from the outside. This person's describing you as an individual because this is what they see. They see something different, something unique, something that is not like any other. But individuality is what comes from within, the biological makeup of you as an individual. In other words, what comes from within comes without and is shown to other people. And other people then say, oh, yeah, that's an individual. In other words, it's kind of like saying, let the weak say I am strong and all of that stuff, that humility type thing. Because if you really believe that you are an individual just because you think you're an individual, chances are you are not an individual. A lot of people, I even wrote a poem about it, you say you're different, but you do what everyone else does. You want to wear the latest fashion. You want to get the latest shoes and listen to the same kind of music as everyone else. And if you genuinely like that kind of music, hats off to you. At least you enjoy something. But if you really just jumping up just like everybody else, you got the same kind of dance moves as everybody else, you singing and moving just like everybody else, you wearing the same clothes and the same style just like everybody else. The only thing that makes you an individual is your DNA. And that's something that you have no control over, so you really aren't that individual. Adjective. But me being myself, I will always try to turn all of my criticisms into something positive or something that you can actually work on, because this is what BTSW Speaks is all about. I have things on my mind that I would like to say, and I have quotes to back it up that are also mine, because for some reason this is what I do. And for this video, I would definitely say and would like to encourage you that you need to start thinking about your individuality, what makes you an individual, and what would make you be described as an individual, not the noun, the adjective. Because if you really believe that you're different just because you think so, there is a good chance that you are not actually different. Now, you might not want to be different. Cool. That's perfectly fine. If you want to be just like everybody else, go ahead. But do not abuse that term, because I am an individual and you call yourself an individual, then you are insulting me, and I don't like that. I'm sorry for being so rough with you. But if you want to be an individual, I would suggest you start today working on that individuality.